Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Get ready for the largest dirt late model event in Nebraska, race fans. The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series is heading to Eagle Raceway's High Bank Heist on Thursday, May 15th through Saturday, May 17th. See the greatest dirt late model stars in the country compete for $10,000 to win on both Thursday and Friday, and an enormous $50,000 to win 75-lap main event on Saturday. The High Bank Heist, May 15th through May 17th at Eagle Raceway. For more info, visit eagleraceway.com. Let's go Lucas Oil Late Model Racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Bagels & Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with pay starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Hey, bestie. Whoa, how'd you snag that awesome set of wheels? I'm in the market for a new car, too. My friends at Members Own Credit Union. You're always in the driver's seat when it comes to your finances at Members Own. Always in the driver's seat, huh? Yep. They set you up with a loan that makes sense for your budget with great rates and top-notch customer service to boot. Looks like we're going to need to make a pit stop. Let's go. I'll drive. Hit the road to financial success and explore auto loan options with your best financial friend, Members Own Credit Union. For details, go to membersowncu.org/drive. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Make plans to join 93.7 The Ticket and the Ahman Green Foundation for the first annual Nebraska Esports Golf Tournament on Monday, June 9th at Wilderness Ridge. It's a 4-man scramble starting at 11 a.m. that will feature former Husker greats, including Ahman Green, Johnny Rogers, Niles Paul, Tony Davis, Adam Carricker, Vershawn Jackson, and more, with great prizes and great golf. Sponsorships are also available. Email Jake at theticketfm.com for more questions or sign your team up online at theticketfm.com. Early bird registration goes through April 20th, and overall registration goes through May 30th.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Welcome to The Drive with AD Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0. and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska East sports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Monday. Beautiful day outside. We're on our way to, I believe, 74 degrees today. So,
nice.
Boom.
What's the high today? 74?
I think 74 today.
Nice. Looking at the capital city, 46 degrees tomorrow. 46 degrees. Actually, tomorrow's supposed to be really nice, man. A high of 73. Then that rain comes back Wednesday through Friday, basically, man. That's the wrap. AG, what's it looking like in Houston, man?
Right now, we're at 79 and mostly cloudy.
No, oh, gotcha.
Nice and warm already.
Absolutely. AG, did you guys have a good Easter weekend, brother?
Yeah, man, I had a good time. With just me and the wife. We just relaxed. I had a good. She made her own homemade lasagna, which is delicious. And watch TV, watch movies, watch some funny, interesting horror movies out there. So
nice.
That was about it. Just chilled out. I need it because about to head to Wisconsin, so all hell's gonna break loose when I get there.
And all hell's about to break loose.
It is. I'm like, oh my goodness, it's gonna be interesting.
So AG, when you're gone from when to when?
So I leave tomorrow morning and I come back Sunday night.
Yeah, it's gonna be a week. That's gonna be a great time, though. Great time.
Yeah,
that'll be a great time. Jackson, what about you, my man? How was your Easter weekend, brother? First of all, good morning to you, Jackson. Of course, just as you all know, on Mondays, Nick is teaching the future broadcasting and journalists of the world. So he's teaching on Monday mornings down the street at UNL's campus. What about you, Jackson? How was yours, man?
It was good. Just spent it with my grandmother out on their little small town Nebraska area out west. Yeah,
right.
What's the name of town again?
Geneva.
Geneva.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Geneva,
Nebraska. Absolutely. So it's probably good to see grandma, man.
Oh yeah, it's always fun. And then you don't leave empty-handed when you go to grandma's house.
No, you don't.
Some cookies. So.
Grandma's always good to hook you up with something.
I like your throwback Dallas Cowboys. What is that? NFC champs?
It's the NFC Championship.
That's just about 67 years old.
92. 92. So 40.
Yeah,
40, close to 40.
I don't know who was the president.
I think it was William Jefferson Clinton, I believe.
Yeah, Bill, Mr. Clinton.
Hey, we won the Super Bowl though this year.
Yeah,
I like your loyalty, man.
Was that
Ferguson
the Bills?
I think so.
Bills,
yeah.
I think that year.
I think it was. I looked at that shirt. I'm like, yeah, that's old school, right?
Can you tell me where that Super Bowl was at? Or no, I don't know where that.
I have no idea.
I do. I think it was Pasadena that year. Actually,
yeah, I was gonna say, was it in the Pasadena?
Yeah, I was getting the Bills Redskins game because that game was in Minneapolis.
The Super Bowl logo had roses on it for the Rose Bowl.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know who performed at that Super Bowl?
Ooh. Oh. Halftime or national anthem?
Was it Michael?
You betcha.
It was Michael.
He popped out of the scoreboard.
That's what I thought.
And he paused for 2 minutes or something.
Yeah, and they were
they're
like, Michael, and because he had his earpiece in, and the producer or the producer guy's like, Michael, so I'm gonna get out there and I'm gonna take a pause or whatever to grab the crowd, and it was going for he's going 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes.
The story behind is pretty cool.
And the guy's screaming out, Michael, you gotta go, Michael, and Michael's just like, nope, I do what I do.
Yeah, you can't tell Michael Jackson something on the stage. Him or Prince.
Nope.
Prince either.
Nope. No, definitely not Prince.
If you work with them, you just like, hey, we just handed over the controls to the greatest. So
that's
let's let them work.
It's gonna do what it's gonna do. Raff, what about you, man? How was the weekend, brother?
It was good. Yep. I might have watched 8 hours of WrestleMania. I did. I admit it.
Hey,
did you?
I did.
Where is it at?
Oh, so you watched a funny horror movie too?
It was in Las Vegas. They did 2 nights. So Saturday 6 to 10, Sunday 6 to 10. They did 124,000 over the 2 days. I mean,
how much
people?
124,000 people over the 2
Wow.
days.
Wow.
And they had, I can only imagine the merchandise that was sold.
You said in Vegas? It was in Vegas?
Yeah, it was at Allegiant Stadium.
Oh, okay. Oh, awesome.
Man, dude, I couldn't tell you one wrestler.
Oh,
well, at least you could.
Oh, he still wrestles?
The undisputed WWE champion.
So John Cena still wrestles?
Yeah, John Cena.
Now.
Oh, he's bad now.
Oh, he's bad.
Yeah, they eventually go bad. That's how they write the script.
So they have like the post-match press conference last night.
Yeah.
So now this bad guy, he's playing like Marshawn Lynch. So every time they asked him a question last night, he'd be like, "That's a question sounds like clickbait. I will not answer." And he did the entire press conference saying
clickbait.
Clickbait. Clickbait. So yeah.
AG, do you watch wrestling, AG?
No.
Come on, AG.
I do not. I told you my story, right? It happened when I was about 12 or 13 years old, where I'm at the dinner table and I'm like getting excited because remember Friday night main event, AD? Remember that? Raff?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm getting excited for Friday night main event. Me, my mom, and dad sitting eating dinner, and I'm like talking about Hulk Hogan and Coco Beware gonna do this tonight, and this, that, and the other. And my dad said, "Hey, boy, that's just an act." I said, "Huh?"
Uh-oh.
He said, it's just they act it out. They work out all their punches and their kicks and jumping off the top rope and the arguments at the end or the post, like you said, the post interview stuff. That's all an act. That's a show, like watching the A-Team or watching Facts of Life. I'm like, oh, I was like, serious? He's like, yep. He said, I don't know what you. I had Hulk Hogan poster, took it down. I was not happy. I was disappointed. I was like, just like when I found out about who from up north, I'll just see it as that. I was like, y'all lying to us. Y'all lying to us. So that was it. I was done. I was donezo with WWF.
Yeah, I don't think I've watched wrestling. I might have been in junior high the last time I watched it, man.
Well, it's right down my avenue. Everybody's like, I don't like it. I don't like it. I go, well, what do I like? And they're like, well, you like Dallas. Oh, you like General Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you like Knots Landing. Oh, you like Young and the Restless. WWE is right down my alley.
Yeah, a whole bunch of drama.
You betcha. A bunch of drama for my mama.
Right. You right about that. Sure.
Jackson, you ever watch wrestling?
Oh yeah, I watched all of it.
So who's like the creme de la creme of wrestlers right now on the good side?
The face of the company is Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes?
Cody Rhodes.
Is that Dusty Rhodes' son?
That's Dusty Rhodes' son.
See, I remember those days. I remember Dusty Rhodes, the British Bulldog.
Yeah,
so,
Junkyard Dog.
So where is Roman? Where's Roman at in all this right now? Roman Reigns.
He's still up there.
Yeah, he's still up there. He
Okay.
was in the main event night 1. He lost, but he was in the main event night 1.
Gotcha. And that's The Rock's cousin or nephew?
Cousin.
Yeah.
Cousin. Okay.
Cousin.
So it's a family affair then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Was it?
NOIE family.
Yep. Joe
I know
Anoy his real name.
We got Thunder Nut Collins. Good morning to you. Good morning to everyone that's tuned in this morning on the drive. This is Thunder Nut Collins. Good morning, Jackson. Pete Ferguson shares in your misery. Raff is a close second behind being a Broncos fan.
Yeah, well, apparently you did not see Bo Nix at the Denver Nuggets game when they announced him. The place went crazy.
Did they?
Oh, yeah. Bo Nix owns that city now. Well, I guess Peyton's still there, too. He was at the game also with his son. His son is getting big. I was like, good Lord.
Peyton's son?
Yeah,
How old is
Marshall. He's probably 13, 14 right now. So
Okay.
another
Peyton
5
is
years.
not a small quarterback. He was 6'6". Was he 6'4", 6'6", somewhere in there?
Yeah, 6'5", 6'5".
I forget
Yeah.
how big Peyton is, height-wise is, man.
Yeah.
That's a big dude.
And his son, they say he was throwing passes at the Pro Bowl, and the receivers were
Wow. That's right.
impressed.
That's right.
So another 3 or 4 years, you'll be hearing
Hearing about
the
him.
Marshall Manning recruiting saga.
Keith Tenney, good morning to you, KT. Appreciate your brother. He goes, didn't have high expectations for this year's WrestleMania, but I really enjoyed it. I think Jackson did as well. Raff, you said 8 hours. You indulged in it.
Yeah, I was kind of left. I mean, it was good. There were some good things in it, but last night, the last match, you were expecting, like, I was expecting The Rock to show up. And The Rock didn't show up, and I felt deflated because I always like seeing The Rock.
It was overall like a solid WrestleMania, but all it's going to be remembered for is the ending that nobody really liked. So
What was the ending?
The rapper Travis Scott came out, helped John Cena win. John Cena won on like a.
See, there you go. That's where I'm done.
And it was just kind of like
I would have turned the channel. I would have turned the channel. Like,
yeah.
I mean, for one, I never had it on the channel, but when I hear that right there, see, this is why I can't do that.
It was it was so funny last night too when John Cena was walking out of the arena because he's the bad guy now, so he's got the stone face on. But people recognize this was his last WrestleMania. He's finished. No more WrestleManias. Mm-hmm. This is his last year wrestling, and people are like, "Thank you, John. Thank you, John." And you can tell him he's trying not to smile walking out because everybody's cheering for him and thanking him. But it was. So that was entertaining.
Yeah, I ain't mad at him making money. I know that part.
Oh,
but
yes,
the whole the show of it, it's just like, it was so disappointing. So disappointing. I was like, I thought they were really bashing each other in the head. I was hyped. I'm like, this is better than football. And then I found out the truth.
AG, just think how I felt when I heard the NFL was scripted.
Yeah. And that's Fugazi. That is Fugazi. Whoever was it, Arian Foster that started that? He was part of that campaign. Like, come on.
AG, you can tell us your statute of limitations is over. Just tell us.
There ain't nothing to tell. Yeah. Okay. You come on that football field, let me know when John Lynch hit me how real that felt. Tell Palomalu caught me in the ribs one time. I'll tell you, that was just all show.
Like, this is no script, bro.
That was a stand-in. I had a stunt on that. I didn't feel the rib in between my 1 and 2 third rib right there that still made me detached. I have back
how do
now.
you react when you get that script and like, oh man, I'm gonna have to get tattooed by Palomalu?
Yeah. You ask yourself that because I don't know. I got hit by Troy Palomalu and other safeties and linebackers. I'm still waiting on the stand-in to say, hey man, I got you on there. That's why
AG's got a stunt double.
Right. I'm like, I like to know who it is because he ain't making his pay right now. I took all the hits. I just want to know.
Why is my body so hurt?
Right. Where's my guy at? I would have put in on some of them hits. I was like, here you go. You could take that.
Hey, well, text line, let us know something real quick. I'm just curious on this. If you're like me, did you overeat? Because I ate about 65,000 calories yesterday. Jackson, what about you, man?
I definitely overate. I got home and I was like, I don't have to eat dinner. I am full. Yeah. And I ate at like 12:30 yesterday.
Okay.
I don't think I ate for the rest of the day.
AG, what about you, man?
I was good. I would say I was good. I didn't overeat. But I'll say as a kid, growing up being in Omaha, I used to do the run. I used to make the round. So between Easter, Christmas, and Thanksgiving, it was like a 4-stop day. I would start at home at around noon, but then go to I had 2 older brothers' house, so that was 2 stops there. And then my sister's house, stop number 3, and then my grandmother. So by 8 o'clock, I might have ate like at least 5 times. I used to go out to all my family houses and just make 1 or 2, 3 stops a day during those holidays. So the only thing I can't do that now. That wouldn't be good for the insides of my body parts there. So
man.
But no, I ate well though.
Oh yeah. Good to hear. Raffy, what about you, man?
I'm just thinking about them right now. There's 2 words in food for Easter for me: cheesy potatoes.
Cheesy potatoes.
And I go all in.
There you go, all in with the cheesy potatoes.
I don't even use a fork. I just get out a shovel. I'm like, let's roll.
Chase B, good
man,
morning.
Just go caveman. Just take that thing right to the head.
Just put your paw in there.
Right. Just let it go all in, Raff. That's how you do it.
Chase B said, good morning to you, brother. Had 2 eaters to eat and had to strategize how to tackle both without getting full at the first one. That is definitely a tough one right there. Thunder Knock Collins, oh, snaps, man. I would not want to be near you today. I ate 14 deviled eggs. They were delicious, but Miss Thunder was not happy this morning. Oh, man. Thunder, I don't know what you do for a living, but if you're in a cubicle, I feel sorry for everybody in that piece. And if you're riding the truck, I don't know what you're doing for a living, Bear, but, man, that's going to be rough. Unknown texter 3764 say, AG, it's not scripted. Just predetermined, just like wrestling. Even wrestlers takes bumps and bruises.
I saw that. No.
I
Nah, I know you're trying to drop a line in there. Nah, trust me, NFL is all real.
It's all real.
Yeah, come on, let's go meet me in Green Bay in about 7 months, and then I'll make sure the equipment manager hook you up with a helmet, shoulder pads, and then toss you in first quarter. Right. I'll talk a little LaFleur. Say, LaFleur, let me just. I'm proving a point here. It won't count against. It'll make it the first play of the first quarter, so first series, so it'd be done and over with very fast. I want to put this gentleman in the lineup, and then let him run a snap. You give him the ball the first play, and you actually let the defense know what gap he running through, and just let them all go to that gap.
No,
you tell me
that's the pre-scripted.
You tell me.
Scripted we were talking about, AG.
No, it's not.
Gap.
No, yeah, because sometimes they call out. I had Ray Lewis call out, oh, he's going right here. And I'm like, God bless America. He knows where to play that.
AG, cut back.
Dang. I can't even hide that we about to come here. I said, well, I'm not going. I mean, even though he's pointing to it, I got to go somewhere else now. Just common sense. Just common sense. I'm not going to try to deal with that if I don't have to.
Absolutely.
Real
quick, Kip says homemade chicken noodle soup with egg noodles yesterday and mashed potatoes. That sounds good, man. Chase B says, did help that I was hungover from the Stars game the 2 nights lead up to Easter.
Yeah, that don't help yourself right there.
Oh, man. Folks, I'm glad you all had a great Easter weekend with friends and family or whatever you may have done this past weekend. I definitely ate way too much, man. Like I said, that alarm clock went off this morning, man, and my stomach was just all over the place. I'm like, dude, get up, get yourself rolling. But man, it was tough because it was a lot of food eating. But that you got to do it on Easter, man. Around the family, have a good time with that. Well, folks, when we come back, we want to know, what does your team – Raff, I was asking Raff this morning, what about the 9:30 hour? You brought up a good point. It's like, what about the draft? What does your team need in the NFL draft? Of course, our very own AG will be leaving out to there tomorrow morning. But what are your particular team's needs? Jackson, what do you think about your squad, your Cowboys? What do they need? Raff, what do your Broncos need? What do my Steelers need? What does your team need? And real quick, unknown texter 3764 says he was the one talking about the script with AG. He goes, my sister is a Packers fan, girlfriend, Seahawks fan, autographed gear. We have a deal, AG.
Hey, that's a nice little combination. I call that the daily double right there. If they needed one more, either Texan or Husker right there. That would have done it. Well, no, if he's listening to this show, he's definitely a Husker fan because he's in it.
Absolutely.
So that's a triple double right there. I like it.
What are your NFL team's needs? Let us know when we come back. We're going to discuss it because we are just a few nights away from the NFL draft in Green Bay. We'll be right back. It's The Drive.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus. Garage doors and more.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn. The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with the child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here, summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Grandma and Grandpa, Mom and Dad, then the kids, and now the grandkids. Judson Irrigation has provided lawn sprinkler system design, installation, repair, and service to 4 generations. They're just like members of the family. Loyalty, trust, service. It's what you deserve and expect from Judson Irrigation.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
If you're a veteran, our nation has created a wide range of benefits to thank you for your service, but it can be difficult to navigate the process of determining eligibility, filing claims, appealing decisions, and securing the benefits you've earned. Speak to your County Veteran Service Officer or the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs State Service Office to see what's available to you and your family. These services are 100% free, so visit veterans.nebraska.gov today. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket. It is Monday. Monster trucks.
And this segment is brought to you by Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services. Jack has been a well-respected representative since 1999. Help protect your home, your vehicle, your family, or even your future. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100 or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services can help you. Gentlemen, history before history. Raff, since they're in the break, I was kind of looking this up. Jackson, what's your guess on what year the first NFL draft was held? What year?
Ooh.
Text line, let us know. What year do you think the NFL draft was held? I didn't realize this until I just looked it up. I was thinking about this when Raff told me this morning when I was at the gym. I was like, some history about the NFL draft. What year?
That's tough. I'm going to, 71.
1971.
Sure. Let's just go to 70.
71. Raff?
I'm going to go with 1934.
1934. AG?
I want to say late 50s. So I want to say like 58, 59, somewhere in there.
According to the NFL website, operations, the NFL instituted its waiver system in 1934 to allow teams to pick up available players. Philadelphia Eagles co-owner Bert Bell felt that his team was at disadvantage in signing top players. So without the monetary advantage that other clubs had, the Eagles and other teams with fewer resources had little chance of attracting impact players. So therefore, at 1935 league meeting, Bell proposed that the NFL hold an annual player draft to level the playing field and make sure that every franchise remained financially viable. League owners voted unanimously to adopt his proposal, setting up the inaugural NFL draft in 1936. But rather, the genesis of it started when you were right, 1934.
I think that was right around the first Heisman Trophy or whatever. I was thinking Jay Berwanger.
When you figure it's not too far along when the NCAA started, as well as far as, the March Madness, if you would.
Yeah.
The first draft was a far cry, of course, from what it is now, but was held on February 8th, 1936 at the Philadelphia's Ritz-Carlton Hotel. Clubs, and this is interesting right here, clubs selected from a pool of only 90 players. There were no formal scouting departments, no agents, no 24-hour sports media coverage. The list of eligible players was compiled from newspaper reports, visits to local college teams by executives, and recommendations to front office personnel. But check this out, gentlemen. With the first pick, Bell's Eagles selected Heisman Trophy winner Jay Berwanger from the University of Chicago. Rather than play pro football, the star halfback opted for a career as a foam rubber salesman. Berwanger's choice wasn't unusual. Only 24 of the 81 players chosen in the first draft went on to play in the NFL. Most opted for more secure and stable professions, many of which paid better. So the first one was held February 8th, 1936 in Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. Now we got our very own AG flying out to one of his great places in Green Bay, and the amount of people, the amount of money is just going to be absolutely insane. So that was kind of the history of the NFL draft, how it all started. You guys, you think about this, AJ, I was listening to you guys briefly when I was just coming back in town from Tri-County. I caught the end of it when you were talking about how much, I think it was your GM or your president of Green Bay, what he was making back in the day, and just how the money has changed dramatically. Because what was the signing bonus, AJ? You said $2,500?
Oh, as a player, yeah. When he played for the Washington Redskins, his total contract, Mark Murphy, his signing bonus was $2,500. $2,500.
Or you could be like Cam Jurgens, just signed a 4-year, $68 million extension. Just did that. $39 million guaranteed.
It was a 2-year deal for him, strong safety out of Colgate, and it was like $21,000 a year.
Wow.
Back in 1960 something.
Hey,
or 70 something.
1970 something. One night, Ray, you weren't too far. It goes, it was 1934. The guy named William Shakespeare was the first pick. A little after Shakespeare's time, but nevertheless.
Yeah. Oh, couple hundred years, couple thousand years after.
Unknown Texter 9218 sent some pictures in from the monster truck event. He says, thanks for the tickets.
Nice.
Looks like you and your family and your friends had a great time there, man. So absolutely, that's glad you had a good time, Unknown Texter. We're talking about the NFL and teams' needs real quick. start with you, Jackson. What is Dallas? What is their main needs right now? I'm assuming
everything. Everything.
Hey, I don't think we need running back anymore because we have the best running back in Broncos history,
Javonte
Williams. So no,
Yeah,
so we need running back because Miles Sanders and Javonte Williams are not going to cut it. I think we need somebody behind CeeDee Lamb, wide receiver 2, because I think our wide receiver 2 right now is I don't even really know.
We probably could have got a shorter answer saying, what do they have?
Yeah, like what do we have?
Yeah.
Can we draft an owner? Is that a possibility?
Is there some NFL teams would love to do that, but no.
I'd love to draft an owner.
That's a great one right there, Jackson. I like that one. I really, because there'd be some owners that would get the axe. If there was an NFL draft for owners, it'll be about 4 or 5 owners that I know off the top.
I think Alice would trade CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, and 4 first-round picks.
Oh my goodness gracious, that's a great one right there, Jackson.
Oh my goodness.
Who would you? Now, I don't want to say favorite. I don't want to pigeonhole you, but who would be the team that you would consider your home team out of the 3? I mean, I got a clue, but I don't want to speak for you.
I mean, it starts with Green Bay, and then after that, Seahawks. They did a complete clear out last year for their coaching staff, so a whole new coaching staff.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of part of the struggles, and then obviously Geno being gone and DK, because coaches like their own people. They like the people they drafted or the people they have worked with previously at another job, i.e., how we've seen when Matt Rule's come in, he's brought in guys and people that he's worked with over the years. So just something that coaches that understand who works with them before in the past, and it makes it easier transition in some cases where you could bring in your own people and they understand the concepts and the schemes that you're running offensively, defensively, culture wise in the locker room and in the meeting rooms as well.
What would you say the needs are for Green Bay?
For Green Bay, I'm looking at, I say cornerback and then a number 1 wide receiver. And a cornerback, they got, I say one guy that fits my fancy is was it Azare Thomas out of Florida State. He's been highly touted, obviously coming from a good school like that. We already got in our past, we got, Leroy Brother, who's Hall of Famer now, but was a safety, but that was 20 years ago. Regardless, the lineage of DBs coming out of FSU from Deion to Jalen Ramsey. So he has I think his brother plays in NFL, I think with the Cowboys too. So he has a legacy in front of him already. So older brothers that already gave him the blueprint of understanding how to be a professional, not just a professional cornerback. So I like him. And then Jack Beck out of TCU. He has a lot of motivation. He's a big guy. You got Christian Watson, who's coming back from the ACL. We'll obviously see how he heals up, but you get him early. I think Beck should be around first, maybe late first round, maybe second round, somewhere around there. He'll be available. And he has a great story, obviously, tragic what happened to him and his family with losing his brother Tiger during the college football playoff this off season. And so between motivation like that and then the size and ability that he has, he's a big receiver. He's well over 6 feet. He could go get the ball. And I think I haven't seen no receiver that big in a Packer uniform. I say if Sterling Sharp was over 6 feet, that would be the last guy that was as physical as he was, but he was my height. He was 6 feet and he playing wide receiver. With a neck injury, ended his career a little bit short, but still able to get in the Hall of Fame this year. So I would say those 2 positions right now, because even Josh Jacobs mentioned it in my Super Bowl interview, and he said it over the time he was at Super Bowl, that we need a wide receiver number 1. And so bringing in one of these guys, Jaden Reed, can move over to be that number 1. Then you have a guy that can grow also underneath Jaden Reed and the other Davian Wicks, the other receivers that have been there, that have shown up. And then having Jack, or even having a couple other receivers that I looked at, Jaden, what's his name? Jaden Higgins from Iowa State too, another big receiver too. That you got somebody like that could catch the ball and obviously get physical with other defensive backs. That's what you look for. And so in those positions, that's what I see. They need that. They have the O-line. They have defensive guys. They have the defensive front with Kenny and crew. And Rashard Gary. So right now, just work on getting that number 1 corner, because we know it's a question mark with Zaire Alexander in terms of his I know his availability and also his contract. Interesting scenario going on there as well.
Raff, what about you, man? What are your Broncos?
The Denver Broncos, with the first pick, the 20th selection of the first round, are going to go with Omarion Hampton, running back, North Carolina. If he is not there, they will go with Travion Henderson, running back, Ohio State. And if by some crazy thing happens and they decide to trade up, which I don't want to see them get fleeced by no means, Ashton Genty would be my dream, but I don't think he'll be around, or they'll trade. They'll have enough. I don't think you don't want to trade a ton to go get him, but if it was something where they can maybe trade their first round next year and something, maybe, but
he's going to be a hot commode for sure, man.
He's so good.
One-Eyed Ray, before I get to my Steelers, you're exactly right. I had no idea. I looked this up just now. A guy named William Shakespeare. I thought he meant that as a joke. A guy as William Shakespeare he was actually, and you're right, One-Eyed Ray, he was the very first pick of the Pittsburgh Steelers in 1936. Played at Notre Dame, but actually never played for Pittsburgh. Was drafted by him, but opted instead.
Really?
Like we talked about. Yes. He did something else. He was actually shifted his mind to a business mindset. He went on to fight in World War II. Made a huge contributions to the Battle of the Bulge. He was raised in New York, lived in Ohio, was the president of Cincinnati Rubber Company. And he passed away pretty young at age 61 in 1974. That is something. One-Eyed Ray, I apologize, brother. He goes, hey, you're right, man. I had no idea. I had no idea.
One-Eyed Ray.
I would have lost that trivia question.
Absolutely. One-Eyed Ray, good looking out, man. I'm gonna dig more into that because that is pretty cool. 1936, he was the first player drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers.
He always keeps an eye out for us.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say for the Steelers before we go to break here, it's the obvious. Pittsburgh's need to get a quarterback. Of course, you got Rudolph, who's already signed, and there's no disrespect to Rudolph, but we're talking about someone that can take them past the first round on the playoffs, and so that needs to be addressed. Whether that's Aaron Rodgers, who knows? There's been whispers of possibly trying to get a Kirk Cousins somehow. Who knows how that'll go? But Pittsburgh needs a quarterback. But
would you take Cousins or Rodgers?
Rodgers. That's not you. Don't even think about AD. Yeah. Rodgers.
Here's why. Rodgers, but it's the other stuff with Rodgers because he's already some guys whispering.
It's football though.
That's
football,
true.
Bro.
What I'm saying, there's some buddies of mine that are out in that area that are part of the organization and saying some of the players are already becoming disenchanted with him, saying, dude, are you going to play or not? Because we need to get this thing solved. On the field, AG, Raff, Jackson, you're exactly right. It's just the other stuff you wonder, what are you waiting on? Are we going to sign this or not? Heck yeah, I would take him. Kirk Cousins, I'd take we just need a quarterback, put it that way.
I wouldn't want that Kirk Cousins contract.
No. Pittsburgh will gobble that up somehow. They'll try to find it. It's like, look, we got to offset that. We're going to go with him. But off the quarterback, they got to have somebody protecting because the benefits you had with a Russell Wilson that you had, Russell Wilson could run away from trouble.
A little bit.
With that offensive line we had last year, they better protect. And I'll say thirdly, Art Smith is going to have to make some adjustments in his play calling, man. I mean, it was Matt Canada 2.0. And so Pittsburgh has got some things they need to take care of, man, from the offensive side for sure. And also, obviously, getting DJ Metcalf was big, but again, who's going to throw him the ball? So it'd be great if it was Aaron Rodgers there and he comes in with his mind locked in Pittsburgh, but there's a lot of question marks for my beloved Steelers right now.
Jackson Dart?
I would not oppose.
Oh, just because you like the name.
I would not oppose. Jackson Dart, Bart Reynolds, whoever. I mean, we just need a quarterback. Bart Starr, if he can come back.
Bart Starr.
Pittsburgh just needs a QB at this point, man. It's like I said, we'll see what happens with those guys. I don't know. Scooter for Big let me see. Big Hoss, I want to read some of yours as well. Big Hoss, good morning. Goes, I would like to see the Cowboys go after that running back.
Scatterboo.
Yeah. I can't spell his name either, Big Hoss.
I just don't know if he's a first round guy, though. I'd see him second or third.
I could see late first, early second, because he's a guy that he has a little different motor than most. If you saw him in the college playoff game where he pretty much dominated regardless of the loss, and he made his presence known. So
He did.
You know, he's a good kid. I met him at Super Bowl. Good kid, good talk. He has his mind right, and he's got himself ready to go. So it's going to be interesting who gets him, and it'll be fun to watch him during his rookie year if he gets the opportunity to play. If he goes to an organization where the coaches play the best men, behind the ball. So they do that, you're going to find something fun in watching Scatterboo run around.
Mm-hmm. Scooter from Roca, Titans, doesn't matter who they draft, they will blank it up.
They got Brian Callahan. They're going to be just fine.
Before we go, One-Eyed Ray, good morning to your brother. He goes, again, and One-Eyed Ray, thanks for that history fact, man. That was fascinating to read out about William Bill Shakespeare. Will Howard, next coming of Big Ben.
Oh.
You know what? I wouldn't be opposed to that either. We just need a quarterback, man. I'm not saying I don't care about who they get, but at this point,
just go get Big Ben again.
The guy that kind of faded out just because where he went was Kyle McCord to Syracuse. But John Gruden fawns over him, and usually John Gruden's got a pretty good eye on
the almost Husker.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see where Kyle McCord ends up. I'm guessing it'll be middle round guy, but that's a guy that I'm interested to see what happens with him.
Yeah.
Well, just in a few hours, a few more sleeps, AG will be there at ground zero right at the draft. So it's going to be fun to see what goes down. It's going to be an intriguing draft, too.
Do you know what round you're announcing, AG, yet?
I'm not sure, but I'm day 2, so third round pick, I believe.
Awesome.
Hey.
Yeah. I'll be watching. I want a shout out.
I will do my best. Yeah, I will do my best. I can't make no guarantees because I know how that stuff works. They'll be like, "Hey, this is your card. This is what you say," So you
just got to be like Drew Pearson when he announced it that one year. Just get up there and just start going nuts.
Yeah, I'll say what I need. Shout out to so and so. Shout out to you, Raff. The Packers' third pick from University of whatever is
Nebraska. Ty Robinson.
Yeah, that'll be. You know what? That'll be interesting. That'll be pretty cool right there. I would like that. That would be dope. They not really needed of a D lineman, but it wouldn't hurt. Inventory is always good. Inventory in my book as a somebody that if you were picking players, inventory is always good, and especially when you got good quality inventory in a Ty Robinson, then it doesn't get any better than that.
It helps. Raff, you take us a break, man. Come back for some history, brother.
All right, we'll throw it to break. Just the drive. 93.7 the ticket.
Get ready for the largest dirt late model event in Nebraska, race fans. The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series is heading to Eagle Raceway's High Bank Heist on Thursday, May 15th through Saturday, May 17th. See the greatest dirt late model stars in the country compete for $10,000 to win on both Thursday and Friday, and an enormous $50,000 to win 75-lap main event on Saturday. The High Bank Heist, May 15th through May 17th at Eagle Raceway. For more info, visit eagleraceway.com. Let's go Lucas Oil Late Model Racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Make plans to join 93.7 The Ticket and the Ahman Green Foundation for the first annual Nebraska Esports Golf Tournament on Monday, June 9th at Wilderness Ridge. It's a 4-man scramble starting at 11 a.m. that will feature former Husker greats, including Ahman Green, Johnny Rogers, Niles Paul, Tony Davis, Adam Carricker, Vershawn Jackson, and more, with great prizes and great golf. Sponsorships are also available. Email Jake at theticketfm.com for more questions or sign your team up online at theticketfm.com. Early bird registration goes through April 20th, and overall registration goes through May 30th.
Vershawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
Spring sports are here, and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Grandma and Grandpa, Mom and Dad, then the kids, and now the grandkids. Judson Irrigation has provided lawn sprinkler system design, installation, repair, and service to 4 generations. They're just like members of the family. Loyalty, trust, service. It's what you deserve and expect from Judson Irrigation.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solutions offers fleet services as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions on 2024 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC in Louisville has experienced hail damage, and there's never been a better time to buy a new or pre-owned vehicle. The hail was very spotty, some pretty light, others heavier, but there are huge discounts right now happening at Koppel. So please do not wait. Get thousands of additional discounts along with 0% APR. There will be a lot of people heading this way to purchase vehicles. So stop on in or check us out online at koppelcars.com. All deals with approved credit.
Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions. Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket, Lincoln, Nebraska. Another nice day outside. History time. History. I've got 2 pieces of history today. I've got a funny piece of history, and then I got a wild piece of history.
There we go.
So my funny piece of history today goes out to my guy, former manager. He was the manager of the Yankees, the Oakland Athletics, the Minnesota Twins, Billy Martin. On this day in 1977, the Yankees must have been struggling a little bit. Billy decided the way he was going to make his lineup, he was going to put each guy's name in a hat, and he would draw it out, and he put down the guys went in, draw the names out, and made the batting lineup. The Yankees won that day 8-6. So that was my crazy piece of history, my wild piece. And then my other piece of history, this is just wild to me. On this day, 36 years ago today, if you build it, you will come. Field of Dreams came out on this day 36 years ago today.
All right, Raff and AG and Jackson,
You've never seen it. We know.
No, I was going to say, I got a confession. I have never watched the Field of Dreams.
Really?
I know.
Come on, AD.
You've never seen Field of Dreams either?
I don't even know what that is.
Well, you got to count. Jackson's young. We got to. I'll give you the age thing here, Jackson. I'll give you the bell on that one. You're young. How old are you, Jackson?
I'm 20.
There you go. Yeah, he wasn't even born then. Okay, let's just give him that.
Wow, Archibald Moonlight Graham.
Ooh, Kevin Costner.
Yeah, see, yeah.
Ray Liotta. Rest in peace.
Yep.
Oh man.
James Earl Jones. Okay.
Well, now you got homework. You better watch.
Yeah, you got some homework to do. You got to watch Wildcats. You got to watch Remember the Titans.
Wildcats.
You got to watch. Okay, you got to watch Major League 1 and 2, and then maybe a 3. Maybe.
No, don't do 3. Don't do 3.
Yeah, don't do 3, but 1 and 2 for sure. 1 and 2 for sure on Major League.
Did you watch We Are Marshall?
No.
Which one?
Oh, you got to watch We Are Marshall.
Well, We Are Marshall. Yep, 100%. I'm with you there, Raff. What else? I said no. I didn't say that. Nah, yeah, you know.
I like Al Pacino's speech though.
Jackson, have you seen The Program?
Oh yeah, you gotta watch the program. You gotta watch the program. You gotta do some homework this week, bro.
Claytonia John, I know, man. I gotta step it up. I've not watched it.
You can't be a talk show host of sports, AD, and not watch Field of Dreams. That's like this. Oh, so Sandlot. You got it. Sandlot. No, Jackson. That's for Jackson. Sandlot.
I've seen Sandlot.
That's
okay.
You know what? I might watch that tonight. No, I can't tonight. I'll be traveling, but this week
you can put it on your phone. You can put it on your phone.
I'm gonna do that. Little Husker history that I got that was interesting. Is in 2000. Johnny Rodgers tapped for induction to the College Football Hall of Fame 25 years ago. Johnny the Jet Rodgers. AG, what do you got, my man?
I got, of course, I'm down the esports lane, video game lane. So this
that was my first guess.
So a new history. Like I said, esports is so young, everything is new. So on this day, so today, Riot Games announced the pre-registrations for the Valorant mobile would begin today in China. So this announcement came during Tencent's Spark 2025 event. The game, developed by Lightspeed Studios, brings the popular PC title shooter game to mobile devices now. So a match in the Valorant Championship Tour for 2025, Pacific Stage 1 between Boom Esports and Detonation Focus Me also took place here on today, April 24th. So new history there for the esports space.
So AG, I got a question for you.
Yo,
how much is a game these days?
A video game? And that's been, you know what, Raff? Oh, great question, because this has been a good topic piece in the esports or video game space for the last month, because places like Nintendo are raising their prices for Nintendo. So you see Nintendo jumping up the prices. So now the average Nintendo, it goes from usually being like $30 to $40 to about 70, 80, 90 bucks.
Hello.
Yeah, for just a cartridge or a disc for PlayStation or Xbox. And this is not the deluxe edition that you get a nice little statue with. These are just regular standard edition now prices for a disc or a cartridge for your Xbox, PlayStation, or Nintendo Switch. You're looking at a low end of $80 just for the standard edition, which it's so prices. Yeah, inflation is real.
Yeah, there's rumors that the new Grand Theft Auto game is going to be like $120.
Good lord!
Like base.
That's just the standard. That's just buying the game. You don't get no. Like you see all the stuff behind me. Some of this
stuff, right?
Right. There's no add-ons no more. I mean, there is. You got to pay almost $200 for that.
You pay more.
So what's considered an add-on?
So like I remember when the college football video game came out last summer, I got like the pre-order because they would let you play it early.
Yeah,
and
right.
They were offering me
to play early. What
else? I was not gonna bundle that with Madden, but you get like, I don't know, they have like the Ultimate Team. They'll give you like packs for like the Ultimate Team things. They might give you like the in-game currency, the jerseys, all sorts of things.
Stadium.
Yeah.
And like other
breaking news.
Uh-oh.
Now Cooper Flagg is declared for the NBA draft.
Oh my gosh.
No surprise. That's not a surprise.
Cooper out.
Well,
didn't he say last week that he was coming back? I thought he said
he had mentioned he had ideas of coming back to do.
Yeah. No, he's declared for the draft.
No surprise there.
Cooper loot, about to make some loot. More loot.
I don't know anymore. He might have made more in college.
You ain't lying. Folks, we come back. We got a lot of Huskers to discuss. We got some old sound bites. I could say old, but we got some Butler ones on there as well. Jackson, some comments from Coach Bull over the weekend as well. And on Friday, we'll run this back and talk about this. This is the last week for Husker spring ball. They'll have the culmination that will take place on Saturday. Raff, what do they officially call it? Nebraska Days? Nebraska
the spring games.
The spring games.
I told you, a page out of NFL All-Star Weekend.
Absolutely.
The NFL games.
It's going to happen Saturday.
Look it up.
All right, well, Thought Breaks Drive, 93.7. Dot Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
Grandma and Grandpa, Mom and Dad, then the kids, and now the grandkids. Judson Irrigation has provided lawn sprinkler system design, installation, repair, and service to 4 generations. They're just like members of the family. Loyalty, trust, service. It's what you deserve and expect from Judson Irrigation.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Hey, it's Chad with Nutrition Authority inviting you to stop in and check out the #1 selling complete post-workout product, CPR. CPR is ideal for anyone who works out, exercises, or competes and wants to maximize results. CPR can only be found at Nutrition Authority. Stop in today, try a free sample, or visit us at mynutritionauthority.com.
Your new Total Wine in Lincoln has the largest selection of wines, spirits, and beers, plus totally low prices and friendly service from our helpful guides. With over 8,000 wines, 4,500 spirits, and 2,500 beers, you're sure to find your favorites and something new. You can even order delivery, in-store, or curbside pickup. Find what you love what you find, only at Total Wine and More. Now open in Lincoln next to Gateway Mall.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC in Louisville has experienced hail damage, and there's never been a better time to buy a new or pre-owned vehicle. The hail was very spotty, some pretty light, others heavier, but there are huge discounts right now happening at Koppel. So please do not wait. Get thousands of additional discounts along with 0% APR. There will be a lot of people heading this way to purchase vehicles. So stop on in or check us out online at koppelcars.com. All deals with approved credit.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. And Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Get ready for spring by joining an evidence-based program to improve your health and well-being. These programs use proven strategies to help you make lasting changes, whether it's boosting nutrition, increasing activity, managing stress, or enhancing wellness. Invest in yourself today and feel your best this spring and beyond. Paid for by the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Welcome to The Drive with A.D. Raff and Ahman Gray. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. We are proudly sponsored by Doors Plus. If your garage door needs maintenance or need an entirely new garage door, give Cameron Hall and his team a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus is locally owned and handles everything from residential or commercial garage doors, garage door openers, safety tune-ups, or custom design. Visit DoorsPlusLLC.com to learn more. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Absolutely. Folks, it is the last week of spring ball that has been like no other in that, again, we're waiting to hear what the House committee says regarding to roster. That was one of the things that they were holding up, deciding the Judge Wilkin, I believe her name is, I'll have to double check that, but I'm almost positive her last name is Wilkin, is why the 105 would have to be a contributing factor of the settlement. So that is still up in the air, but most coaches, Raff, AG, and Jackson, I think they're preparing as if that's going to be the ruling, because I think the thing you would hate to have is assuming that it's not going to be and then find out last minute you're going to have to trim it down to 105.
Yeah, you're staying up, you're out.
Yeah, it just shows you just the lunacy that is going on right now in collegiate sports. It's just kind of like this thing has been hovering for so long, but most coaches, I would assume, and just from what I've been reading and researching, is that most are assuming it's going to be 105.
Yeah,
as far as that goes. So, and you can see it in our own roster. You know, Euler switched positions. We got another guy that switched that was playing running back as well that switched to positions.
Rowdy.
Yeah, Rowdy Bauer that switched to linebacker. Euler switched to linebacker, and two of those guys being Nebraska bred and grown. And knowing their DNA, both of those guys, I was telling Raff just last week, AG and Jackson. Jackson, you won't remember this name, but AG, I'm sure you do. Lance Gray. He was a fullback, had the party in the back, short up front. And Lance Gray would hit you on special teams like you stole something. He was one of those guys like a Corey Schlesinger, a Makovica, that would knock you out on special teams. So you always need a wedge breaker and someone who's going to lay it out on the line every time. Not saying the other 100-plus guys you don't, but I'm saying you got a guy like Bauer and a Euler that are legacy guy. Well, at least Euler being a legacy guy, of course, but guys that are they're just too valuable. And I think in this 105 new world that we're living in, you have to find ways to make yourself valuable. Think about this, guys. Even if that's a holder on kicks, on special teams. You know, John Vedral, David Sizes was another name. Those guys made their living holding the kicks on field goals. You know, so in this ultra competitive environment we have now, to where the roster size becomes a major factor, you have to become a utility knife for your team if you're not cracking that first three. So those are guys there. Let's hear what Coach Butler has to say first, I believe.
Yeah, this is Coach Butler on how do you assess the secondary right now?
Well, I think it's a long way away from the end of the season, even, because you kind of wondered where you were at, and then we added some pieces, and I would say all those pieces that we've added, not only in the secondary but on our defense, we're excited about. And we do feel like we've got, just as Matt said, those 6-ish guys that have gotten reps with the ones in different kind of scenarios. And some of them have played some other positions too, which helps us, allow us maybe to play at times 3 corners on the field, or obviously 3 true safeties. So it allows us to kind of put different pieces to the puzzle together. But I would say that unit collectively, as not only the numbers of it, but also how they've performed has been an area I think that should be a strength for us, and that's kind of, you guys have asked me about Snow a little bit, and that leads into that a little bit. Like, he has so much experience at other places with Matt. And so I'm constantly saying, okay, where do you think we are relative to this place? Or where do you think we are relative to your, and that's kind of some good feedback. And I think we're in a pretty good spot right now. And with our back seven, really, not only just our secondary, but we're probably, 3 deep at 2 linebacker positions and some of those guys add some pretty good versatility. So,
gentlemen, I counted 26 defensive backs. No, you got obviously left corner, right corner, safety, strong side, but 26 in that room. New defensive backs coach Addison Williams and Butler and Snow, they have some decisions to make, AG. I mean, AG, you're sitting in that room with 26. There's a lot of decisions to be made, my man.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the decision making will be coming off of the tape that we watch, right? So that's going to make it narrow down a little bit easier. And then after that, you go down to the stats and the character of the player. You're talking to them, because there's going to be some, it might be where you have a veteran player that's been on the roster for many years, but maybe somebody else has come in and looked a little better on film, has processed things a little bit better. But it's hard. It's going to be hard no matter which way you cut it, because this is something that is now a part of college football or college sports, I would say in general, but college football as well, that hadn't been there before. So a tough process, but again, just like NIL, just like transfer portal, is something that now these college athletes, especially in football, are getting used to. I'll say sooner than later, because it's the same type of conversation you're going to have in the NFL when it comes in the training camp. And you guys sit there in front of your defensive coordinator, head coach, or whatever coach may be, to then bring you in, bring your playbook in when we have this conversation. So when you hear those words, that pretty much tells you the writing's on the wall. They made a decision. They just being professional about it and letting you know to your face, they're gonna move on from you. Hope you go, we'll help you get up on another team anytime, any place. But we loved your time here on campus or on the team or what have you. So it's just, those conversations are going to start happening, these days, obviously. But for the players that are there, it's a lot of good players. Deshaun Singleton, I'll say Malcolm Harzal. Those guys are the guys that most likely will be here. But if they might be a surprise, somebody might pop up that we would think that was permanent, and they're not. So that's the part of this game now that's in the college sports that is you can't be complacent about your position. So you got to be open and be ready. And when you're out on that field, make sure you do your best every time out there. And no, you can't take a play off. You can't take a moment off, because those plays and moments will be caught on tape. And the coach might mark that against you. And then it might be part of your decision-making process where you say, hey, this one little point here made the difference between you and this other guy. So it's just those, this is the part of the world where the young adults grow up very fast to become men and women in the sports they play, that have to have a limited roster because of what's going on in terms of the NIL and transfer portal.
AG, a lot of great points, in particular, like you mentioned, the tape. They always, we always called it, AG, the eye in the sky don't lie. And like you mentioned, every play, Raff and Jackson, will be scrutinized. I mean, heavily, because the margin of error is going to be so small for those guys that are on the line, that are on that cusp of being cut, or whether they make it or not. So as to AG's point, man, that scrutiny is going to be something. Raff, like I said, you look at that many defensive backs, there's going to be some tough decisions to make, man.
Oh yeah, that's how I revert back to the Nebraska games again, when they have that scrimmage this Saturday with those guys. I'm guessing that there's probably some of those guys that maybe the position coach wants to keep. However, from a team standpoint, hey, this can't happen. So this scrimmage this Saturday, it's kind of like the last chance scrimmage for these guys. So that's a chance for maybe that player not to maybe impress their position coach, but to impress the head coach, to stick out to where somebody sees something like we always, there's practice and there's games. it's just the way it is. You cannot simulate a game in practice. And so you're kind of giving that game atmosphere to maybe where a guy will rise up in that game atmosphere to maybe not as much in the practice. So it's going to be an interesting Saturday for football. I think this is the most captivating. I know, like I said this last week, spring games in the past, they were so vanilla. They were so, they just, for like the last 10 years, we go back 90s, there was a little bit more competition, you would say, but we look for the last 10 years in spring games, it was pretty vanilla to say the least. They're actually playing for something this Saturday in that scrimmage. People are playing, for their, I don't want to say their livelihood, but they're playing for their football careers. And not only at Nebraska, they're playing for what this tape's going to go, all over the country. There's a chance that they can land somewhere. So this definitely means something. I can't stress that enough. This scrimmage means something for a lot of people this weekend.
Jackson, there's a movie called Rudy.
Oh yeah.
It's a great movie. And
Sean Astin.
Absolutely. And there's what AG mentioned, to bring your playbook, and Raff mentioned that those guys are going to be playing for maybe other teams, and coaches, some coach may have to speak up for that particular player that may be on the cusp. There's a scene in there to when they're the coach is trying to decide, Coach Devine is trying to decide who to keep, who to get rid of. And there's a coach that speaks up for Rudy, at least according to the movie. I'm going to put that out there. According
Joe
to
Montana might differ.
Yeah. So according to the movie, I'm saying strictly according to the movie, not that this happened in real life, but according to the movie, the point still proves the same. He had someone that spoke up for him, said, hey, he goes, I don't want that guy. The guy goes, well, he busts his tail off. He goes, if you want him, you have him. And he walks Rudy back. He's walking out of the locker room. He asked him, do you think you bring that effort every day? Yeah. Well, I tell you what, you bring that effort. He goes, does that mean I made the team? So it goes back and forth. Basically, he had a coach that became a spokesman for him, became an evangelist for his skill set, what he brought. And I think Nebraska, there's going to be some guys on leading up to this Saturday's game, to both of AG's points and to Raff's points, that's going to be the case.
Well, I think it's so awesome. Like some of these guys, like Coach Rule sat down with them. Some of these coaches sat down and said, hey, you're probably not going to make the 105, but we want you to stay here. And like, this is your shot to like prove yourself.
Put it on tape.
And these guys they've stuck around the entire spring practices. And this Saturday is the tip of the iceberg for them. This is some of them, it's going to be the last time wearing the N on their helmet. For some of them, they want to go out there and prove why they should be wearing the N on their helmet. And it's great. It's great to see that these guys have so much love for Nebraska that they didn't just leave when it was easy. They stayed through and have persevered for all the spring practice, and they want to prove themselves, and that's awesome.
Well, you're going to have, before we get to Coach Rule, you're going to have some coaches speaking on your behalf. Raff, to your point, to some other coaches around the country, maybe whether it's a Division II, NAIA, what regards would it be, it's good to have some coaches saying, hey, this kid stuck with us. I think it could be a great addition to your program. What's Rule got to say, man?
Yeah, this is a soundbite from Rule when he said a pretty bold statement at a press conference when he said, this is the team I've been waiting for.
In terms of why do we have to go? No, not everybody. I'm saying like this is the team when you have a fourth-year guy who started in the SEC. You've got Emmett Johnson, who's a starting tailback. And let's be quite honest, like if they were to get injured, they have a lot to lose, right? But they love to compete, and they understand that when you play football, there's an inherent risk. And that's why, in the NFL, they have preseason games. Think about that. You have a $270 million roster. You have $50 million quarterbacks, and you still put them out there for preseason games because you have to make a decision. Do I want to be healthy or do I want to be good? And most injuries actually happen just like shuffling and the guy's knee buckles, right? So, but when you have players that like to play, like I don't have guys saying like, I blow the whistle up there, hey, coach, can we run that back? Can we do it again? This is the first time like the offense fumbled today in a competitive period, and I wouldn't let the black offense go back out. And they, Dylan's in my ear. And I'm like, well, the only way to punish you guys is to not let you play, as opposed to make them go again. And they're, it's completely different. But it's your three, right? It's completely different, and it has nothing to do with me. It's the guys. They like to compete. Like that guy back there, Justin. Like, if someone called me and said, hey, there's a problem at the house, I'm calling Justin Evans. I'm telling you. And he's moved to center now. He should be up for everything, every award. I mean, he's a tough guy, right? Smart. But he's not the outlier. There's a ton of them. And it's been really good. So when I say that, I'm just like, I want to be on the practice field. If you come to a practice and you hear me yelling and screaming, I kind of sit there and talk to Susan, talk to Hay. I mean, we got what we got going. And so they love the practice and they're competing at a high level. So I'm happy about them in terms of that.
He mentioned that word outliers again in how there's some of those guys that are out there. And I think those outliers, gentlemen, are going to be, like I said, Raff, this Saturday and leading up to Saturday have some moments to shine, man.
Yeah. They have opportunity. That's all you can ask for.
AG?
No, yeah, I mean, I definitely like his comment on Justin. I've had Justin in a couple of my classes, hard worker, pays attention. And when you say, is that tough guy? And you make that, I'm gonna make, when something's going on at the house, I'm gonna give Justin a call. Yeah. You want to have linemen like that, because when you have linemen that's going to basically bounce people out the club, those are the type of guys that's going to protect the quarterback. They protect your quarterback and they protect your running back, and they help them. And our offensive line moves forward, and he's been doing that since he's been on campus. So Justin, like I said, good kid and hard worker. So everybody could take the lead behind him and become that offensive line mindset, because they're there to protect. They're there to, reject things that are not supposed to be in certain places at certain times. And so then I say one little comment I want to make on it, and then being valuable is something that's, again, at the top level, where I remember when I got my rookie year at Seattle, where I come in and I knew I had to make my place on special teams. And at that time, I knew I wasn't going to be playing a whole lot of offense my rookie year. So I found a place on special teams where I was between a kickoff return guy. I was a R5 or L5, wherever they put me on kickoff coverage. On punt, I was a flyer, or I was a guy on the edge that would get down the field, try to make the first attempt at a tackle. Most of the time on punt return guy. So I played almost all four core. If not, I didn't do field goal rush, but I did kickoff and all that. And so I made it my spot, and I say I made it to a point where I enjoyed it and I liked it, because if you don't do that in certain positions, then it's hard to then adjust and process that position. So this is where some of the players that are on the bubble at some positions, not clearly the starter, find a place on special teams, make a notice there, because once you make a notice from your special team coordinator, they'll start to build trust in you, and then pass it on to the head coach and maybe your assistant coach. Say, hey man, so and so does this when he's on punt. Hey, why don't you give him the ball? If it's a running back, or if he's a linebacker, hey, he's been making tackles on special teams. We might need to, if you got somebody to rotate in, he's a good guy. He's been doing this on me on special team coverage, on punt return and kickoff coverage, stuff like that. So just be mindful as players to have that in your head. They can, because of this limited roster, they have basically 3 players per position. So you got to be up on your A's and B's to make sure you went on the final cut.
There was a question that somebody asked. I want to make sure I get to that, because I think it's fascinating too. I think Old Dad 34 asked about Shamar Brown out of NDSU that hit the portal last week. And the latest from, I think he's obviously just still out there, Raff. AG, the young man that's got, I believe, 3 years of eligibility still.
He's scheduled for a visit on Thursday, but he does go to Miami first.
Mm-hmm. This was just 30 minutes ago. We'll host, to your point, we'll host Shamar Brown midweek. He won the Jerry Rice Award winner last year for 1,100 yards, 1,181 yards, 15 touchdowns, broke over 50 tackles, converted over 70 first downs. So, yeah, he's, to your point, Jackson, he's got some eyes on him. And, Raff, I think, in my opinion, well, it's just not my opinion, we're seeing this. A lot of those guys maybe not as highly recruited coming out, because I think he came out of Creighton Prep, I believe, is where he came out of high school. Correct. Some of those guys may not get that D1 offer right away, but they go to those D2 schools
and build up.
Yep. All of a sudden they come back on the radar.
Oh yeah.
So Shamar Brown will visit midweek. He's got other interests as well, and watch him in that national championship game. He was impressive, man. He was impressive during that game as well. Folks, we're going to take a quick break. We may get a few more sound bites, but we also want to talk about Huskers around the weekend, baseball as well as softball, but maybe one more clip when we come back as well of Coach Matt Rule. It is the final week for a lot of guys on that roster. We'll see what goes down with that, with obviously with the partial game scrimmage on Saturday, along with other festivities. You probably go to thehuskers.com and find out more, kind of the agenda, the schedule of what will take place on Saturday. Folks, it's The Drive. It's Monday. We'll be right back.
$93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today: areas of frost this morning. Otherwise, mainly sunny with a light breeze. The high near 77. Tonight, showers as soon as possible. Otherwise, partly cloudy, a low near 53. And tomorrow, we'll see decreasing clouds throughout the day with light winds and a high near 77. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC in Louisville has experienced hail damage, and there's never been a better time to buy a new or pre-owned vehicle. The hail was very spotty, some pretty light, others heavier, but there are huge discounts right now happening at Koppel. So please do not wait. Get thousands of additional discounts along with 0% APR. There will be a lot of people heading this way to purchase vehicles. So stop on in or check us out online at koppelcars.com. All deals with approved credit.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Spring has arrived. The temperatures are rising, and it's time to get your equipment ready for the season. Landmark Implement has high-quality used John Deere planters, sprayers, and tractors, priced to move and ready to work for you. Take advantage of unbeatable deals and flexible financing to upgrade your operation without stretching your budget. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or browse our full inventory online at landmarkimp.com. Before these deals are done, experience the Landmark difference.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Attention all Wings fans. Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O, or in Williamsburg Village.
Your new Total Wine in Lincoln has the largest selection of wines, spirits, and beers, plus totally low prices and friendly service from our helpful guides. With over 8,000 wines, 4,500 spirits, and 2,500 beers, you're sure to find your favorites and something new. You can even order delivery, in-store, or curbside pickup. Find what you love what you find, only at Total Wine and More. Now open in Lincoln next to Gateway Mall.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus. Garage doors and more.
Make plans to join 93.7 The Ticket and the Ahman Green Foundation for the first annual Nebraska Esports Golf Tournament on Monday, June 9th at Wilderness Ridge. It's a four-man scramble starting at 11 a.m. that will feature former Husker greats, including Ahman Green, Johnny Rogers, Niles Paul, Tony Davis, Adam Carricker, Vershawn Jackson, and more, with great prizes and great golf. Sponsorships are also available. Email Jake at theticketfm.com for more questions or sign your team up online at theticketfm.com. Early bird registration goes through April 20th, and overall registration goes through May 30th.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. If you have A.J. Brown's car, take it back to him.
Oh, man.
He's fast on his feet.
AG, I don't know if you've seen it, man. Text line, I mean, the listeners that are listening. A.J. Brown, the receiver for Philadelphia. I'm not laughing at the situation. I'm laughing at his response. A.J. Brown's car was stolen over the weekend, and he put a funny video out on X. Not funny the way he says it is funny, because he says, hey, man, just bring the whip back, and we'll let it be what it's going to be. He goes, I'm going to press charges. Just bring it back. He goes, but if I have to come get it, it's going to be what it's going to be.
It's going to be a problem.
It's going to be. And he just got that car.
Oh, man.
Because he was rolling in, an older ride, and just like, when it is, when it's time, I'll get a new one. He gets a new one, and then someone,
took it,
lifts his ride. He just says, hey, look, if you just bring it back, there won't be any problems. It'll be bygones. But if it doesn't get done today, there's going to be some issues. So A.J. Brown's ride is gone. That's 2 hours ago. He goes, A.J. Brown's car was stolen in Philly last night. So we'll see what happens with that. One more clip from Coach Rule before we get into Husker baseball and softball talk.
Yeah, this is a Coach Rule about I have one job at Nebraska.
I have one job, is to win at Nebraska. Okay. Anytime a coach here has tried to do anything else but win at Nebraska, they've been asked to leave. And I'm not saying that's what I'm saying. Like, no man can serve two masters. We have to win. Everyone cares about everything else when you're not winning. When you win, and Tommy Frazier was from where? Okay, I'm saying like that no one can, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, and I'd say that like I want to mine the state. I think there's good players in the state. Okay. But like if a player's a really good player and doesn't quite fit us and he's going to go somewhere else, I want him to go be happy. I care about football in the state. That's why we're open. Every practice is open to the high school coaches in the state. That's why our camps are not just select invitational camps. That's why we do youth camps. That's why we do free youth camps. That's why we go speak at clinics. That's why our coaches clinic had 500 people here just for us. We are going to pour into the state in football. But what I have found is if you bring a player here from the state and they're not happy, the place that they love now becomes a miserable thing. So I have to be sure that they're good enough. And what's happening sometimes here is some of the other schools that aren't playing in the Big Ten, they're going to offer them as a sophomore. And everyone looks at me like, well, why haven't you offered them yet? It used to be you got offered as a senior, And I like guys, if I'm not quite sure yet, don't I owe it to you to be sure before I offer you a scholarship? And now before I offer you a rev share deal. So I don't think there's anything wrong at the University of Nebraska that we carry ourselves like the top 20 teams in the program in the country. And the top 20 teams in the country, if they say, hey, we like you a lot, but we want you to come to camp, you'll come to camp, going into your senior year. So there's lots of kids. I would love to recruit them. They've committed to a Big 12 school or somewhere else like that. Come to camp. If you want to play in the Big 12 over the Big 10, I got it. But make no mistake, there's a big difference. And Big 12 is going to go nuts now. I know that. And I'm going to be on X and all that stuff, but it's the reality. The Big 10 and the SEC, especially moving forward, are going to be here in terms of everybody else. So I have to worry about what's Ohio State doing, what's Michigan doing. So I love the state. I love the players. And we're gonna take a bunch. So we've taken some as walk-ons. We've taken some as scholarship players. I just have to be sure that they're good enough. And I don't think asking guys to come to camp the whole thing like, hey, you should be the first offer at Nebraska. Desperate teams always set the market. Let me say that one more time. At Rev Share and all this, desperate teams set the market. So if they know that, hey, straight up, we can't beat a Big Ten team or we can't beat Nebraska, then we better offer them a year earlier and say Nebraska doesn't care about you. We care about you. We just we got to make sure that you're going to help us beat Ohio State. That's my job, is to be really focused on, serving that one master, which is college football playoff, Big Ten championships, national championships. That's all anybody wants. So I better do that. If you're not doing that, then people say why. But and I think we're taking the right players from the state, and I think football in the state's really good. So you're going to see lots of guys sign scholarships.
Raff, AG, and Jackson. Raff, I'll start with you, man. A lot to unpack there. Set the market.
No, I like what he says there. Like, sometimes you hear, oh, he's not getting all the Nebraska players. He's not getting the top 5 players in the state, but at the end of the day, we're looking at it now. You're going down to 105 player roster. It's more than ever. You've got to find pieces that fit your program and
that's
fit
the key right there.
And fit. So you've got to have the right pieces. Like I get it. There are players, that have signed out of state, different schools, and people are like, well, why didn't Nebraska go for him? Well, it might not have been the piece that they need. It's nothing. it's nothing against that player or that they're from in-state or maybe their dad played for Nebraska. It's nothing against that. But right now, like you said, the only thing that matters at Nebraska to the fans is to win football games. So what he's going to use the processes that he knows to win football games. It might not be the cool thing, or hey, you did not get this old player's son. It's just the way that college football is now more than ever, that you just can't go all willy-nilly and throwing all this out. So I'm with it. So now it's like we always say, now we have to see what happens on the field. And I'm sorry about that.
No,
and I really think that the state of Nebraska football is on an uprise of really good players. So you're still going to see Nebraska players, being recruited to Nebraska. I don't think there's no end to that. I think it's actually going to get better, because I just feel like the quality of play in Nebraska and the training and everything like that, they're taking the strides to become better.
AG, he said something about, the Big Ten and the SEC being up here and the Big 12 being there. Do you think that ruffles some feathers?
No. I mean, I think saying that comment just puts it in real time. Is letting the fans know, like, we're competing against all these other conferences just as well as the NAIA schools that are recruiting these athletes that are coming out of Nebraska. That's all that's telling. He's telling everybody, like, this is who we got to compete with. Some schools got bigger budgets than us, others don't, but we're going to go after our kids first. Our all-staters at every level, from Class A down to D2. We're going to go for them. But then after that, just like any other, I say, coach that wants to build a good program, obviously, once you get the kids here on campus in a camp to visit, an in-season visit or off-season visit, then you find the character, you find out who this young athlete is. You look at their stats, you look at their school GPA, you look at the things that will keep them on campus, because if they're already a good student in high school, then it won't be a problem once they get to the college level, because you don't want a college athlete having troubles in the classroom. That was something that I don't know if that's even still a thing now. Prop 48, athletes where it was a grade thing where they had to wait out a semester. I don't know if that's even a thing no more with everything else going on. That's kind of been lost in all this. So now you're looking for athletes that can show up and they are responsible for everything they need to handle, right? Because if you're investing money, investing time with them, then yeah, you don't want to have that one I say error or worry about a player that can't get his GPA up, right? You want to make sure they're locked in. Don't have to worry about them athletically or academically, because then obviously, because you're trying to build a program. And in terms of Matt's case, he's building a program. Like I said, bowl game last year wasn't there a couple years ago. Now we got that. So that is all recruiting ammunition to throw at a recruit and families that are thinking about and having Nebraska on the list, but competing with all the other Big 10 and Big 12 schools that are coming in our area and finding great athletes.
Here's with Rule's point, when he mentioned SEC, Big 10. The last time Big 12. The last time the Big 12 won a national championship, it was 2005 when Texas was part of the Big 12. That's 20 years ago. 2006, Florida, LSU in 2007, Florida in 2008, Bama 2009, Auburn in 2010, Alabama in 11 and 12, Florida State in 13, Ohio State in 14, Bama again in 15, Clemson in 16, Bama in 17, Clemson in 18, LSU in 19, Bama in 20, Georgia 21-22, Michigan 23, Ohio State 25. If I'm going to gauge the barometer of my team, the barometer I'm going to use is who is winning consistently. The last time the Big 12 won, it was 20 years ago. It's not knocking the Big 12. It's just like, if I'm going to stake my program and saying this is the creme de la creme, you want to match it towards who's going to be at top. Jackson, your comments, man. Your opinion.
I think, Matt, there's going to be people that are going to not like what he said there, but he's just stating things that are true.
It's just facts. Yeah.
If anybody knows what the Big 12 is like, it's Matt Rule. I mean, he took a Baylor program and won the Big 12 title when he was there. Like he knows what it's like to play football in the Big 12. He's not insulting them. He's just talking from his experience in the Big 12 and how it differs. And it definitely does now that they lost, they're big schools like OU and Texas, and they've went out and added the UCF. I think Tulane's in that conference now too. And it's just a different type of football that they play down there in the Big 12. It's not a bad thing. It's just different. You know, some kids want to go down there and develop, and now there's the transfer portal. They might be saying, I go down to the Big 12, play there for a little bit, develop, and then I can go and be ready for the Big 10. Some of them might be thinking that way.
Yeah, and I think there's great athletes in every one of those conferences, you know, but when you're looking at who is winning consistently national championships in the top, I mean, it's you can't ignore a fact, regardless if you like, you know, facts don't care about your feelings. Kind of like that old saying, facts don't care about your feelings. And the facts are, just those numbers you ran for the past 25 years, they've been SEC, ACC, and Big Ten. I mean, that's just the reality of it. And so college, and with the parity we have now where, you know, JUCO doesn't count, those 2 years don't count towards your overall. Yeah. You have unlimited transfers. So the parity for all the conferences is going to be interesting. Go ahead, Raff.
I think it says a lot, too, about the rise of high school football in the state of Nebraska and just the football training. You have all these guys that are signing, they're just signing with other schools and stuff like that. I mean, let's think back. Let's go back to like the 1990s or so like that. What, maybe 4 or 5 players in the state that garnered any national recognition? You know, like, I mean, I remember like the AGs, and you remember, but there wasn't a ton of high school, you know, the Ty Goods, you know, got national recognition and stuff like that. But it wasn't like it is now. I mean, now you look at it, you can go to Omaha. There's probably 10 to 12 guys, just the Warren Academy, that are getting Division I looks from all over the country. Yeah. So I think it's a good thing that you're getting more players now that are getting looks from all over the country. However, that means not all these guys are going to be able to come to Nebraska just from the numbers crunch with the, you know, with everything. So that should. So I think it's a good and it's bad. There's going to be some people upset. Like, you're going to get the question marks, why isn't he coming to Nebraska? Well, it's a good thing. Having more players go Division I, whether it's Nebraska, whether it's you're getting the state of Nebraska, you're getting recognition for the state. And like we talked about, in today's world of college football, it doesn't mean he won't be at Nebraska in the next 3 years.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
You look at Jamar Brown, who they're obviously having a serious look at now out of Creighton Prep. You know, goes to the NDSU's first couple of years. And by no means, I'm going to preface this statement, by no means am I comparing Nebraska to the state of like a California, a Texas, or a Florida, or an Ohio, or Pennsylvania. But you have the same arguments in some of those states. Well, why isn't this kid going to Ohio State? He's from Ohio. Why isn't this kid going to, you know, the Penn State? He's from. They only got so many slots.
Oh,
you know, you only have so many slots for your locals, so you're going to have to. It's just different. I'll just put it that way. It's just different. Folks, when we come back, we got our last segment. We will talk very briefly about Nebraska, what softball did this weekend, what the baseball team did this weekend, and what they have coming up this week, because it is getting crunch time. It seems like, gentlemen, it was just a few days ago we were talking about how busy April was going to be for the men's baseball team, and the women got a trip going out, softball have a trip going out to the West Coast. So we'll discuss that when we come back with the RGT and last minutes from AG as well. We'll be right back, folks. It's The Drive.
You know what's better than waking up early to go to the airport? Sleeping in. Lucky for you, the lines at the Lincoln Airport are so short and our service is so fast. You won't need to sacrifice precious beauty sleep to get here hours before your flight. So, go ahead. Sleep in. You deserve it. And choose the airport that helps you relax. LNK. Make flying easy.
Your new Total Wine in Lincoln has the largest selection of wines, spirits, and beers, plus totally low prices and friendly service from our helpful guides. With over 8,000 wines, 4,500 spirits, and 2,500 beers, you're sure to find your favorites and something new. You can even order delivery, in-store, or curbside pickup. Find what you love what you find, only at Total Wine and More. Now open in Lincoln next to Gateway Mall.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Cinco de Mayo is May 5th, but the party starts early this year at Tipsy Tina's Taco Cantina with their street festival on Saturday, May 3rd. Come down to 8th and Q starting at 1 p.m. on May 3rd and see llamas from Sweet and Sassy's Llama Farm until 4 p.m. and enjoy face painting and balloon animals with Miss Shades at 2 p.m. DJ Wyatt will entertain from 6 to 10:30 p.m. There will be drinks, food, and giveaways, and best of all, no cover charge. It's the early Cinco de Mayo Street Festival with Tipsy Tina's Taco Cantina, Saturday, May 3rd, beginning at 1 p.m. at 8th and Q in the Haymarket.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, areas of frost this morning. Otherwise, mainly sunny with a light breeze. A high near 77. Tonight, showers and storms possible. Otherwise, partly cloudy. A low near 53. And tomorrow, we'll see decreasing clouds throughout the day with light winds and a high near 77. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Spring has arrived. The temperatures are rising, and it's time to get your equipment ready for the season. Landmark Implement has high-quality used John Deere planters, sprayers, and tractors, priced to move and ready to work for you. Take advantage of unbeatable deals and flexible financing to upgrade your operation without stretching your budget. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or browse our full inventory online at landmarkimp.com. Before these deals are done, experience the Landmark difference.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
I tried to hide my cigarette smoking. Then I was rushed into emergency surgery to repair the damage smoking did to my heart. It shocked everyone because they thought I was healthy. Yet because I smoked, I had a severe heart condition that nearly killed me. My tip is, you may be able to hide your smoking from the world, but you can't hide from the damage smoking does to your body.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket, wrapping up the Monday edition. So close. Another quick show.
It was a quick show, man. There was a lot going on. Like I said, I was just going back over rules comments again, man. Just really, there's a lot going on with that. A lot has changed. But I tell you what, we got to make sure that we mention our good friend that takes care of us. This segment is brought to you, and the last segment as well, is brought to you by our friends at Renew. Raff, what do they do best?
Everything.
Folks, you can call or text Nate or Eric or David at 402-833-3858. Or you visit Renew online at renewyourauto.com. From body shops, ceramic coatings, window tinting, spray and bed liners, paintless dent repair, rust proofing, and undercoating, and so much more. So give Nate, Eric, or David a text today or call at 402-833-3858. 3858 or learn more online at renewyourauto.com and see what Renew can do for you. Raffy, what do you got for the good take, man?
All right, everybody. Today's Raff's Good Take goes out to Da Vinci's Italian restaurant. Just an amazing thing what they did for Easter. Opened up their doors for families that were in need to come in and have Easter lunch. So cool that all the workers, that leaving their families to come, to help out the community. They had pizza, they had pasta, they had cupcakes. Just love seeing that. So Da Vinci's, thanks for everything that you've done. This has been a tradition that's been going on for some time now. You guys are Raff's Good Take.
I love it. I love it. Folks, it was this day 9 years ago that Prince passed away.
Whoa, that's wild.
April 21st, Prince passed away April 21st, 2016 at the age of 57 years old, man. They said that once they dug into his music vault, they said there was enough music there, gentlemen, that he could put out a new album for the next 100 years. When you think about Raff, did you ever Raff as well, Raff and AG, and maybe Jackson as well. Did you guys ever get a chance to visit Paisley Park?
Never been there.
No. I might have, but I'm not sure.
Minnesota, yeah.
Yep. I went there about 2017 is when I went there, and it was obviously after he passed away because it was 2016. Was there in Minneapolis? I'd been there many times to Minneapolis, of course. But I'm like, I'm going to go up and just check it out. I didn't do the full tour. I went in, kind of seen the entryway and things that way because the tour wasn't started for like another hour and a half, and I had to get back to get to the airport to get a flight. But it was just in that vault, 100 years worth of music. He could release an album for the next 100 years, man. So 9 years ago today, and it's kind of the 80 attitude adjustment is this. He was only 57 years old, man. Not going to get into the outside stuff because we know there was, obviously fentanyl was involved with that, unfortunately, but just a musical genius. And I still, in my opinion, just for me, the greatest halftime show I've ever saw of a Super Bowl was when Prince was singing Purple Rain and it started raining.
I was there. It was awesome.
AG, how insane was that, bro?
What's that?
How insane was that?
It was amazing. It was. And even then, you had the little beef between him and Justin Timberlake, and I'm like, Justin, sit down, please. Don't rattle the cage of the best in your industry, But I think they kind of settled it, maybe not. But either way, being there in that Super Bowl in those seats when it was raining, it was just you couldn't got any better than that. So I was like, I'm glad I took pictures. And I say disappointing thing for me was my wife, who is a huge Prince fan. She declined to go because not only was it a surprise to decline to go that the Bears, and she's a Bears fan, she didn't go. And then on top of that, Prince was the halftime show. I'm like, you're not coming? I'm thinking we're about to have a fantastic trip in Miami and all this. She said, I don't like Miami, Florida. It's too fast for me. I'm like, hold up, time out. You got the Bears and you got Prince performing at halftime. Like, I would say that's a no-brainer. And she's like, no. I'm like, so totally. That's the only thing that shocked me about my trip down there for that game and that performance at halftime.
It was insane, man.
Yeah.
Quick happy birthday before we get to AG. Quick happy birthday to Trent Carrara. And Carrera, if I'm pronouncing it right. We're just going to call you TC. Happy 21st birthday to you, 21st. Brother. He just can't wait to try his first beverage, adult beverage. Man, Trent, congratulations on 21st and your 21st birthday. And Eric, good morning, brother. Yes, Raff did mention the big signing in case you missed that. Mentioned that. Cam Jurgens reached an agreement for 4 years, $68 million, right down the road in Beatrice, Nebraska. Includes $39.4 million guaranteed in his contract, man.
AD, I never went to Paisley Park, but I went to Peony Park.
You mean Peony Park?
That's the one.
Peony Park.
Jackson, that was a very small amusement park.
And everybody was there, though.
Yeah, that was the spot, though. I'm going to get those digits.
That's my dad about that one.
You got to ask your pops about that one.
Yeah.
Hey, G, what do you got for us, my man?
Nothing, man. Just hope everyone had a great Easter where you spend time with your family, and kind of put everything down, the technology, all that, phones, where you can actually deal with the people in your home and connect with them again, from breaking bread to Like me and my wife, we watch movies. We watch like 7 hours of movies together, and was back and forth like Cisco and Ebert. What you thinking out of that one? You know, I didn't like it like this. The camera there, or it was kind of kooky. She was like, or she would just say, that one I was out from the beginning. I was on my phone. So it was just, so I hope you had that time to just connect with each other, to have a great Easter Sunday. That's
absolutely. You know, it was good to have my brothers over. You know, we all kind of know that feeling. We were playing some old videos and seeing my mom and dad on video and hearing their voices was cathartic for all of us. You know, like I said, there's just the 5 of us left, me and my 2 brothers that live here. My sister and her family lives in Tallahassee. My other sister and her family lives in Gainesville. So we'll see them when Keenan gets married the 17th of next month. And that'll be the first time all 5 of us been together in a couple years. But it was cool to have my brothers over yesterday and seeing mom and dad. You know what was weird, AG? And Jackson, you start living a little longer, you're going to see this. And Raff, I know you know it. AG, we're looking at those old VHS tapes, and you're seeing all the people who are no longer there. That's why when you mentioned to relish those times, because, you know, my brother, my mom, my dad, there's aunts and uncles, grandparents, and but there's also a number who are here and celebrating the lives of those who are here and enjoy that. So we had a good time just laughing and reminiscing, and a lot of food for sure. So to AG's point, reminisce on those times. Jackson, we want to appreciate you, man. You're the Monday morning quarterback that comes in, that always takes care of business. Appreciate you, man. You got a busy week this week?
Man, I'm excited for the draft. The Husker games. So that's kind of
absolutely.
I think it's Tony Romo's birthday today.
It is Tony Romo's birthday today.
How old is Romo?
45.
45 years old.
Nice.
I love it. AG, safe travels to your brother. Definitely connect with you. Call in anytime though, man. If you get
I'm gonna try. I know tomorrow, obviously, I'm not able to call in, but either Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, if I can jump on with you guys, give y'all an update on like festivities. Obviously, talk about the draft once Thursday hits. Then who picked who. I would love to have that conversation up there. So I will do my best, and when I'm on, I'll let you. I say, hey guys, I'm on. And I'll let you know.
Love it, AG. Safe travels to you, man. Raff, take us home, my man.
All right, everyone. Have a great Monday. Be nice to each other. We'll talk to you tomorrow.